All right. So, this is going to be my first game review for my channel. Um, I originally did another video, well, original review video, like a couple minutes after I beat the game, and that was before I still pretty much had my Until Dawn beer goggles on. Um, so I decided to take a step back, go back into the game, try to do some things that I was hoping to try out, like see if some of the big decisions I made um, changed the outcome of the game or changed any big events. Um, Sadly, they didn't. And so I decided I needed to redo the review video before I put it out and talk with you a little bit more about it. All right. Until Dawn is a fantastic game. Your first playthrough. And sadly, it is only the magic. The magic is not there the second time. Um, I love games like this, interactive story games, like Heavy Rain, Indigo Prophecy, The Walking Dead by the Telltale Games, the Wolf Among Us game by Telltale Games. I didn't play too much of Beyond Two Souls, but it didn't really interest me too much of that game. The story didn't get me. This game's story was really good, like fantastic. I was wondering, like, what the hell is going on? Like, what is gonna happen next? And I ended the game with only 3 of my people dying. Out of the 8, 3 people died. So it made me want to replay the game again and try to save all of them this time. Learn from the mistakes I made from the previous game. Um, but what I meant by it's only good the first playthrough is it suffers the problem that all other interactive story games have. Is that once you know the story, you know the story. There's no interchanging, or I guess different paths you can go to reach different outcomes or different scenarios. Uh, there's just one. All the big moments that make you feel like you have a real choice about what happens in the game aren't real choices. Like, you know, there's a scene where I'm not going to give too much spoilers, but you have to choose between who lives and who dies. And I'm thinking, okay, I picked this person the first time. What if I go pick the second person? Well, sorry, the other person the second time I play. There's really no difference. Like, really, there's no difference. Um, and they were talking about this humongous new interactive system they created called the butterfly effect system. And they were talking about how even the tiniest choices can influence the way the game plays. And that's not true. It's not true in the way that we want it to be. Their their version of big changes depending on what little choices you make mean, oh, I'll be nice to this person later on, like sorry, early on in the game, and they'll be nice to me the rest of the game. If I'm a bitch to this person early on, then they're gonna give me some attitude the rest of the game. That's kind of neat, but that doesn't change anything about the story. I was hoping like a branching path system where if I decide to go down this path in the forest instead of that one, I might get to a new place that I've never should have found. But no, there isn't. I literally played my second time playing. I tried to go literally every single choice I made. I did the reverse. Nothing changed. Like just nothing. I love games like this, but I'm real sick and tired of them getting my hopes up. telling me that this game is going to be a game changer. One of those things that is going to be remembered as one of the big, historic moments in gaming and storytelling. Until Dawn is a fantastic game only the first time through. The second time through really, to me at least, I would be focused more on finding the totems, all the clues that you didn't get the first time. Clues really don't do anything. They don't unlock anything for you. All they do is give you a little more backstory, like, interesting. What could this possibly be? Some of it adds to the lore. That's cool. The totems I was really happy when I found, because they give you a brief glimpse of like certain events that could happen. Like the death totems predict, well, they show a video of someone dying, so maybe you have a way of preventing their death. There's 4 other different types of totems, but honestly, none of them made too much of a difference. Even the death totem, there were a lot of times where they showed death scenes where I was just like, where does that even happen? Like, where can I go to make that happen? Because I kind of want to do that, just to see if it's a new area. The big thing about getting totems is that the more totems you unlock more of this before story, the origin of one of the characters you meet in the game, the old man on the hill, and it kind of gives a little backstory about what happened leading up to the game. So just beyond that, story, it changes drastically, like mid-game, to a jump scare horror to something completely different, and it's still scary. It still scared me a couple times. What happened though, I totally got the end game. The end game. What I mean by that is I predicted what was going to happen. And I predicted something and I knew it was right. And it was. So there's big plot points in the game that you think if you go back and choose the opposite choice, that they might play out differently. But no, it's the same thing. So it's like, why even give me that option if there's no different outcome? It's just like taking the longer path to get to the same spot. Makes no sense. All the characters were really cool. One of them, though, Matt, the token black guy of the group, he barely had any gameplay. He disappeared for like hours at a time. So I always thought like maybe he's got something to do with this, but no, I'm not even gonna. Don't worry about it. He's just not in the game very much. Some of the plot, there's some plot holes and that don't make too much sense. Like this game, honestly, it probably was more of a rental. I paid $60. I probably put about 10 hours into it, and I loved it. Immediately went to play it again, and then I just started losing my love for it. It's just like I wish I would have just took it out of my console, set it down, and I'm like, good, we're golden. But then I would have not known all this crap. It's when are they going to make a game that honestly lives up to what they say? I mean, like, I remember the trailers for this game where you played as one of the characters in a towel, like you just got out of the shower or the bath or something, and you're in the basement of the cabin you're in, and you're slowly tiptoeing around trying to avoid the psychopath. That's not even in the game. They took that part completely out. It's like they completely changed. That would have been a great scene. I would have felt the tension. But what happened was later in that part, all I'm doing is running away from that person. I can't like tiptoe away. It's all like a cut scene. where I'm just hitting it's a quick time event where I'm hitting buttons to escape. That would have been great, and it makes me feel like there was probably a lot of other cool scenes in here that were taken out. Maybe like a real branching choice system was in here, but they took it out. Maybe because they're going to put DLC. Be horrible. And even oh god, DLC. The bonus mission that you got for pre-ordering the game isn't even its own episode. It's put into the game apparently. Because after I beat the game, I'm like, okay, I'll play the bonus episode. You know, let's play that. No, it was already put into the game. But here's the thing, it never happened. I even went online to be like, where is this? Where can I go to play this mission? No, it's not a special thing. It's already put in the game. It's a little bit of a level where apparently Matt forgot his girlfriend's bag, so he and her have to go back down the hill to get it. I'm kind of glad I didn't even play that, because that just sounds boring. Because that's before anything like really crazy happens. God damn it. I loved this game the first time through. Second time through, it's just if you're one of those people who wants to collect everything, then it's good. It's good for you. It's one of those games that maybe you even want to play with your significant other, like a horror game night, a horror movie / game night. That's cool. Or maybe like playing a group of friends, you all make choices, see what happens. But if you're somebody who just played it once, it's probably not going to do any good to play it again. All right. To summarize it all up, Until Dawn... If I had to rate the experience I had with it, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It was great playing the first time through. It was fantastic. Even my roommate was telling me, like, holy crap, that was crazy. That was cool. But as a whole, this game probably is only a 6 out of 10. So much missed potential. So much... I'm sick of falling for the hype. I want a game that actually does have a freaking choice. Like, stuff that really changes the game. Well, it'll be a couple more years before we get something like that. All right, Until Dawn, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. All right. Hopefully, you guys liked my playthrough, hopefully. I'm still uploading videos so far. But yeah, I'll see you on the next review. Later, guys.